This disabled dog had a hard start to life, but now he's helping kids deal with their demons. The paralyzed dog had experienced two kinds of human. His first owner wanted him dead, while the second didn't seem to want him around at all. He encountered a third while he was dragging himself around the streets, desperately searching for food. What harm did this one bring? The dog in question is called G.I. Joe, and he had likely known nothing but abuse and neglect. Most of his past is a mystery, but there are a few things that are clear. To begin with, a car struck Joe and left him with a paralyzed rear half. To be more specific, the poor dog lost virtually all feeling beyond his front shoulders. As a result, Joe's first owner wanted to kill him with a hammer, but fortunately, he was saved. Although Joe's new owner saved his life, the Pooch's living conditions were only marginally better. That's because the Chihuahua's injuries continued to go untreated. Furthermore, his second owner didn't seem to care for him at all and left the dog to wander the streets. Conditions are harsh enough for an able-bodied stray dog to try to survive on their own, but Joe was at an even more disadvantage. With no other alternative, he had to drag himself along the floor on his front legs. A good Samaritan saw a dog walking weird, so she took some photos and sent them to Allison Smith. As an animal rescuer, Smith and her husband Steve are no strangers to creatures in need. In fact, they run a sanctuary called the Triple H Miniature Horse Rescue, THMHR. When the North Dakotan Sanctuary opened 11 years ago, it was intended for horses, as its name implies. However, THMHR has since widened its scope significantly. But THMHR doesn't just take on abandoned animals, it also houses disabled ones as well. The woman who spotted G.I. Joe no doubt contacted Smith with this in mind. Smith described how she didn't know what she was looking at when she saw the photos of Joe. He was just blood and pus, she reported. For the year and a half that Joe was with his second owner, he dragged his rear half raw. Smith advised the woman to contact the owner, and at first she was scared to, but she bolstered her courage for the sake of the little dog and approached him. Once Joe was in Smith's care, she took him to the vet, who said that the dog needed a 6-week healing period. However, if the infected wounds that covered his bottom half didn't show improvement, amputation or even euthanasia would be an option. Smith took Joe in and cleaned his dressings a few times a day. It was not an easy task either. The first 2 days, Joe wouldn't let Smith near her, and she had to muzzle him. However, under Smith's care, both Joe's physical and emotional wounds began to heal. His guard started to come down, and Joe found himself enjoying affection from the Smiths more and more. During his rehabilitation, Joe received hydrotherapy and even had a wheelchair donated to him. With that, the dog found that he was almost as mobile as any other, even if he does have a tendency to drag rugs and toys around with him, something that Smith finds endearing. Smith caught a glimpse of G.I. Joe's true nature when THMHR took on a young, blind donkey. Joe would try to sneak under the fence to see her. As a result, Smith realized what potential Joe had for comforting those who are different. Over the years that followed, Joe's skills got better and better. THMHR assembled the Compassion Crew to teach children that it's wrong to treat others who are different badly. She told the site Upworthy as much on March 21, 2018. Among others, the crew includes a blind cat called Mowgli, Max the one-eyed dog, and a human woman as its representatives. Smith takes the Compassion Crew to local schools where children can meet the animals. If you would not want to hurt this animal, Smith explains, why would you want to hurt a person with the same disability? And if the resulting letters from the kids are anything to go by, it's working. And that's not the only way G.I. Joe is helping either. Smith receives lots of correspondence about how much of an inspiration he is. It's amazing how many people are inspired by him, she told Nighttime Live. One lady said G.I. Joe should stand for great inspiration.